Alright guys, welcome. This is going to be a playthrough of level 200 on Reiju. So obviously, as you can see, I've not actually completed it yet. But I've got enough of the Zoro favourite things, whatever you want to call them. I got enough of those to go ahead and put myself onto 200. Now I'll show you guys the team that I built. So as you see by the title, there's no new batch, no supports needed, nothing like that. What's probably best to take advantage of is, Usopp or Sanji, because Sanji gives the boosts to types, as you can see there. Usopp gives the boosts to take the enemy HP down, so that can just give you a little help because your teams, if you can make this team, you might not have as much investment as I do. Let's see, so raise the boss level by 4. I'm just going to speed through this. Obviously, when you guys are playing, you should make sure to take on Kid and Bluegrass, because it's just getting way better rewards from that than going around and doing this. Although a little rainbow home total was nice. No complaints with that. Okay. Yep, 3 rainbow outer turtles, lovely. As I say, we're just going to skip through this quickly. So for the sake of this video, to be honest, I think with my team, you do need something slightly. So I'm just going to take it down by 40% for the sake of this video, okay? But my recommendation to you guys, if you have more investment, it's probably not needed. If you have less investment, then by all means, use your Sanji 60% types, use your Usopp 60% health. But yeah, just for now, I've just took it down by 40%. Should be absolutely no problem. I'll just quickly show you. I did just brush over it a second ago, but I will show you the levels. So we're using strength and int, so you can see I've leveled up int quite a bit. Let's go over here. So I think it might put us on 202, which is a little bit annoying because I don't need that. But yeah, let's give it a whirl. So as you can see on the team, that's not the team. This is the team. So we're using the Gran Tesoro ship just because it gives you 2 times the damage with the rainbow slots, which obviously you get 10 times the locked slots, as Luffy Bunny will be our friend captain, and you get the rainbow slots through the crewmate ability of Kuma. There's no powers necessary, resilience not necessary, it's just on there with this crew, whatever. The only support I do recommend, for at least the ones I have in my box, is this Lilith right here. So in cerebral characters, boosts in and cerebral characters slot effects by 1.75 for 1 turn. Alternatively, you could use the Ho ship, because we will be doing a little bit of stalling for Bonnie special. So alternatively, you could use the Ho ship and use the special for double slot effects. But I find this is the best way to go about it. You guys have maybe other supports and things like that you may have. For me, it's just attack and stats based supports, that's it. I was originally using Nusjuro on Saturn to get rid of the 6 turns of defense, but it turned out not necessary. Right, let's get into it. So again, my Luffy body that I'm using is 150 and limit break, limit broken, if that makes sense, because I've used the key. So obviously that's very heavily invested, but you guys may have more, you may have less, but 100%, as you can see, I'm only using 40% on the Usopp. You guys could easily do 60% stats. Sanji, if you encounter Nami, I think you get like an extra 10 or 20%, maybe it goes to 70 or 8%, and 60% on the Usopp. With the HP reduction, you're going to be absolutely fine with that. It's going to be no problem at all. So as I said, we're just going to stall a little bit here. It's my first recording as well, so I'm hoping that the mic quality isn't too bad. I did test it a little bit And with the music on, the music was just overpowering the mic, so I have turned the music off. Apologies for that, but I'm just hoping the sound effects aren't bad, but we'll see. You guys will be able to follow the playthrough anyway. Probably already annoyed by my voice. Probably think shut up. Okay, let's keep stalling here. That's probably it for the stalling. Doesn't really matter all that much, to be honest. So we'll go through here now. Yeah, lovely. Let's crack on. So we can just one-tap these. Lovely stuff. Right, pudding. So this is where I mentioned I was using Nostro because you get hit with the 7 turns of paralysis and the 6 turns of the defense up. Now you can just pierce through the defense with this team, so it's no problem. So we're going to use Saturn. Now we are going to attempt to hit excellent on the action special because that increases the minimum amount of chain that we start at, so our chain boundary. We did hit a perfect, not ideal. I'm sure you guys will do better. That's it for this one, so let's go. See, lovely, pierce straight through the defense. Yeah, ideally you want to be hitting an excellent on that. Hopefully you're not as bad as me. Right, so the next round we get hit with the 7 turns of slot bind, 9 turns of despair. Because dull and bluegrass only reduce 6 turns, make sure you've got the socket, which reduces 3 turns of despair, or alternatively you could use some sort of support. But obviously it's easy with the sockets, just make sure you have that. Right, so dull and bluegrass, they're going to reduce the 6 turns of despair and the enemy damage nullification. As you'll see as well, we was hit with this attack down chain lock, so anything 3 or less reduce the attack, so that's why the Saturn special was really good, because not only done the paralysis, but he also give us the chain lock all the way to the final battle. Okay, so again, just make sure you hit the 3 perfects on here, but it's no problem at all. Lovely. Takes us into the final battle now. Now, the order of the specials is very important for this one, and I'll explain why. So we had 9 turns of bind, which the ship got rid of 1, it's not really relevant. But again, you're going to need sockets to get rid of the bind. Actually, you don't, because we're going to use Kuma special twice. So Kuma special initially, bang, that's going to be the type effect. That's where Lilith comes in with the slot effect. Again, you could use the host ship, stall a bit more, get the special, whatever you wanted to do. And then this Bonnie is going to get rid of the slot bind and give us an attack boost. Now, if you can't find this Bonnie in your box, you might not have it, but you might have the evolved version, which I don't have, which is way better because the evolved version is actually cerebral. This one is maybe fighter and free spirit. It's definitely free spirit. I can't remember the other class, but obviously cerebral gets boosted by Saturn and Luffy Bunny, where at the moment that Bunny is only getting boosted by Luffy Bunny. But yeah, I just don't have the evolved version for that. Now, the reason why we've left the Queen special is because it with Queen, if you have an attack boost, slot effect boost, and is it chain lock, or I think it's type effect boost. If you have attack boost, slot effect boost, and type effect boost, he will not give increased damage taken, but he will increase the damage against increased damage taken enemies. It's a bit of a tongue twister there, but you can see it there, yeah, which is different to Saturn's ability, which we're going to get now because of the EX Super. We're going to get a special again. Now, if you had Luffy Bunny max level limit broken, obviously I did use a key, but not level limit break, just regular limit break. But when you use a key, I haven't put it so the special charge is at max. But if you did, you wouldn't have to use this Kuma special, because as you'll see, type effect is 4.9 at the moment. When I use Kuma special, it's actually gonna deal some damage against us, but reduced to 4.4, which actually reducing our damage. The only reason I'm using that special is to get the special of Luffy Bonnie. But yeah, here it doesn't really matter which order we do this. Uses EX. Get the weakness class there. The advantageous class. Okay, now this one we can just skip it because it doesn't affect the amount of increased damage taken put on the enemy. It's only for the chain boundary, which we already have, so we don't need an excellent on that. However, we will try and hit an excellent here. Lovely stuff. We're doing a bit better on this one, guys. Alright, fantastic. So obviously we did take 40% HP off. But again, don't think it'll be necessary. We should do quite a lot of damage here. In fact, I'm wrong actually. Maybe if I didn't use the 40%, we wouldn't have smashed it. Obviously there we didn't get excellent on Saturn special, which would have helped us out more. But there you see I actually did need Usopp there, but I'm sure you guys, even with low investment, just use 60% on the Sanji, use the 60% reduction of the Usopp. Unfortunately we don't get many boost effects with that team because we're not even using the new Nami Vivi or the Boa sisters, but yeah, it is what it is. So connecting, come on, give me them rewards. So 2 super cola, lovely reward. I need that for my next ship. And that's it, guys. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've put up with me and had no problem doing so. But yeah, this is my first video. I'm sure I'll be making more. I really enjoyed team building and that on this. And if there's any events any of you guys are struggling with or anything, I'm sure I'll be making content in the future and making teams for those events, so stick around. Hopefully this has helped at least one person out. That's the aim. Thank you for watching.